Hey, it's Myriam with Before You Buy, and what we have here, this egg in front of me, is the Devialet Phantom. Devialet is a French audio manufacturer. They make really high-end audio gear, like we're talking 30,000 US dollar amplifiers. And then one day they came out with this egg, and I think it was a few months back. And this egg is the Phantom. And the Phantom is a single speaker that is super high quality, wireless, also wired if you want, and basically takes all of their know-how in making super high-end amplifiers and putting it into basically a wireless speaker, a really high-end wireless speaker for your home. So you can use this by itself, standalone over Wi-Fi, connected to a phone or a PC or Mac. It supports iOS, Android, Windows, and OS X. Or you can plug an optical toslink in the back here where the cables are. You can also connect it by Ethernet. That's how we've got it set up, because here in the studio the wireless is a little wonky. But it has Bluetooth as well, but Bluetooth is not currently enabled in software. And trust me, Bluetooth is probably not high quality enough to give this thing justice. So as you can see here, this is a good shot. You can see in the middle here is a tweeter. And around here, this is actually the medium speaker. It moves. It's not fixed. This is actually a speaker. And on both sides here, you have the bass speakers, and these are in a hermetically sealed enclosure, and they actually move outwards when music plays. Let me show you this right now. If I hit play, you can see the speakers move. So this is Daft Punk that I was just playing back directly from my phone as a FLAC file, really high quality audio. Now the other thing to keep in mind is to really make the best out of this product, you ideally need to buy two of them, and buy the basically the hub that they have called the Dialogue. And the Dialogue basically looks like a little router, and it lets you synchronize multiple ones of these wirelessly. So you can have a stereo setup, maybe another one mono in another room, or another stereo setup in another room. It does multi-room up to 24 Phantoms. And so you're going to say, like, what are we talking about price-wise here? I mean, obviously their amps are 30K. This is 2000. This particular model is kind of their base model, 750 watt and one speaker. And then they have get this, 3,000 watt speaker that costs a whopping $2,400. And, I'll just quickly show you here. There's this app that comes, as I said, on the phone. It lets you create playlists, and you can actually create, it's cool because I'm running it on my Nexus 6 right now. You can create cooperative playlists, so collaborative playlists. So if you have multiple people in the same room using the same app and with different music on their phones, you can create a playlist of all the music and play it in the order. You can add and remove. So that's actually really quite cool. There's this kind of social collaborative aspect to people playing music on this device. Other than that, really what this UI lets you do is select music that's on your phone and play it directly wirelessly on the device. It also supports some streaming services like Tidal. It doesn't support too many of them yet, and they're going to add more. But that's kind of one of the drawbacks, actually, I think, is that this app is really not that great. It does support collaborative playlists, which is cool, but the app itself needs a bit of work. The setup process can be a little painful through this app. And again, if you want to play a YouTube video, the sound's not going to come out of this. It has to all go through their app. So same with a Mac, for example. If you install their app on a Mac, only their app can play music. So if you're playing some kind of weird favorite player like VLC and you want to play audio from that, you can't. You have to connect via the optical connection either on the back of one speaker or the back of the Dialogue, which is a little router that they provide that you should use for when you have 2 or 3 or 4 of these. So cons and pros, would you buy, should you buy? That's what you came here for. Let me fill you in. Pros. Best sound quality ever. But the caveat is you need two. If you're at that level of audio that you believe this is, the kind of quality you want, you really need 2 of these in your house. So that adds a cost because it's $2,000 each, plus you need the $500 Dialogue wireless controller. So that's $4,500, right? That's a lot of money. So that's big con for a lot of people. The other thing is the app really needs the app needs a lot of work. This iOS and Android app is just not good enough. And as I said, you need to connect optically to really be able to listen to any sound sources. So pro is sound quality, and it's beautiful. I actually think, as some people are going to argue, I don't know if you can show the front of it again, but I think it's really beautiful. As you can see, it's not too big. It's a bit heavy, but great design, great sound quality. But again, price is an issue for a lot of people, and the app, the setup, a lot of software needs a lot of work. The fact Bluetooth isn't enabled by default. Another thing to bring up as another con, I guess, is no Airplay or Chromecast support out of the box. It's going to come. Their app needs to support it. They say it will. Remember, they haven't really started shipping these. They're just basically setting themselves up in the US right now. So should you buy it or not? I'm going to give it a try if you're not a baller living and buying a house in San Francisco and not thinking twice. If, however, you have the money, it is an absolute buy. Like, you can't go wrong. This is future-proof. It's software-based. A lot of it can be upgraded. The software is only going to improve. Devialet is known for upgrading their amps for years and years. Some of their amps are now 10 years old and are still getting firmware upgrades. So you're not going to be left in the dust. So I would say try if your budget doesn't really let you go crazy, and buy if you can totally afford it, if you're a baller, if you're driving around a Bentley every day. But buy two. Do not buy one of these. It's just not going to be worth your while. So I hope this was informative. This is Myriam with Before You Buy, and this egg in front of me is the Devialet Phantom.